Yep, hello there. This is Daniel Eric, or Willifer, or Guillermo Gage, and I am here to make a video, a journal entry video. This is an 11-day one. Wanted to do one late at night, but I was like, it was getting late, and I was making the video, and I was like, oh, I want to cover some more stuff. I wanted to actually end it on a high note. I stopped and did push-ups on that because I wanted to end it on a more positive note. So now this is, instead of a 10-day video, this is an 11-day video. Last video, the final day of that one, the previous one was June 10th. This covers June 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th, and 21st. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and then 21. Okay? Oh, I should write that put that on the calendar. Because it's now June 22nd. It is June 22nd. It is June 22nd at 4:22. Yeah. 4:22 over there, huh? Yeah. Okay. Yep. So here's the one main thing I'm going to cover. I'm going to cover plastic usage. Again, I'm having a goal of using as little plastic as possible, meaning food wrappers. Instead of buying little foods in little plasticky wrapper things, get things in bulk so that you get the least amount of surface area of the plastic wrap. Or buy things without plastic wrap. You buy a banana, the only plastic wrap might be if they have little stickers, the little plastic thing that wraps around the banana bunch or something, instead of getting stuff wrapped in plastic. So don't buy bottles of drinks. Buy canned, aluminum metal canned drinks. Well, this one right here. Actually, I'm going to swap out the camera. Okay, here's the camera swapped out now. This was actually the first 10 days for comparison. I've covered this before. That's the June 1st through 10th. This is actually 11 days. On the 11th day, I didn't go to the store at all, and so I didn't get anything on that day. This is 11 days, but effectively, it's the first 10 days. I'm going to cover that on June 21st for my next bag. And at the end of the month, I'm going to compare the three of them. This doesn't look any better. Actually, looks maybe a little larger, which is not great. But I can even say what all these things were. On Thursday, June 11th. Let's see. I'm going to swap out the... No, I'm not going to swap out the camera quite yet. Thursday, June 11th, the plastic I got was from my main job. And so that means that getting stuff at the vending machine there. It should be... I think these two units. Ship bag, which is like $2.69. Again, it's because I'm not being good at bringing food over to work. I had already had these Miss Vicky's. I tried them one time before, so I didn't have really an excuse of, oh, it's a new item, I want to try it. And you shouldn't try every new item ever. But I probably didn't bring lunch. I didn't bring an apple or banana or something that would prevented me from being tempted to eat stuff, because I don't like being queasy at work, and I want to be able to perform better. I think this is also, I got this on June 11th. And so, not ideal. That's Thursday. Friday, zero plastic. And that's not that big of an accomplishment because I'm only at work for like 3 or 4 hours that day on that. Saturday, June 13th. I believe I had to go to the grocery store to get like water. I don't get water in plastic bottles. I get water in, I do the refill water, and I refill like glass, tall glass bottles and whatnot. But when I was there, I saw these. It was like, oh, it's on discount. They actually taste really yummy. Pop Daddy pretzels. But I saw it and it was like, oh, it's on discount. Even though, look, it's not even all that special at $3.74 for that price. I believe this was from the bananas. The organic ones. I don't like that the organic ones have this stupid plasticky sticker, But I guess they want to differentiate them. Maybe they should have the non-organic. No, people buy the non-organic ones more often. Yeah, I believe that was it. For stuff that had plastic in it. Sunday, June 14th. Okay, my second job and my after clock out plastic. So that means that I got this on my second job, right? That was like 8 p.m. And then these, and then I got like these was I believe on the Monday. Yeah, then these were on the Monday. I have to get cheese. I have to get cheese. I got cheese regular. I got the biggest one I could find. With something real large. So instead of like little, it's like 2 pounds instead of like 1 pound. So the surface area is less overall per pound. And then I saw a cart of these. I thought, are these on discount or something on clearance? It's like turned out they were not. So okay, then I scanned them anyway because it was late at night, and I tried to find someone because this was after the store closed. Better goods. Honestly, overly sweet. I literally just like in one night, just use it. I basically ate it like a sugary cereal. It's despite the fact it's called Better Goods. It's just this trashy artisanal type of trend that Walmart has, which is not all that special. The grand scheme of things, they just have fancy looking packaging, like trendy looking packaging. Thursday, but on Thursday, June 11th, actually, we're back on Thursday, June 11th. I wanted to go to Freddy's to get like the special brand of dog food for a Lucky, but the store was closed. His owner that I'm watching him for ended up getting doggy food anyway, like the very next day. I was just running low. I thought maybe I should do it in case she wasn't going to be around. But because I stupidly got there because it closed, the place closed at 8, and I was too dumb to like look that up. Oh yeah, Aldi is a place that closes much earlier than other stores. I ended up like I had paid money to get a ride up there. I was like, I wanted to it was like $8, to get a ride up there, and I wanted to justify me going there because I was gonna have to pay money to get a ride back. I ended up getting some treats, for Lucky at the Kroger grocery store. I was like, I want to justify being here. I went to the Freddy's, which is like a ice cream and malt shop place, and I ended up getting these were from one of the malts or the shakes. That's covered in plastic, and then okay, Sunday. And Monday, okay. Oh, Monday, it was the cake and the cheese. Monday, it was the cheese cake, and this cake slice and the cheese. And this was just on Sunday. Okay. And then, and then Tuesday, these honey buns, and then this sandwich. It was $8.68 worth of sandwiches. So I think it would have been. Is these two sandwiches, probably most likely, because $8.68 worth of sandwiches. So that was a Tuesday, and then Wednesday. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday. There we go. Past 5 days. Well, especially the past 4 days with this June 11th to 20th plastic, as well as June 21st. That's how I used none. And so I've been better at bringing food to work on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday at my main job. And so that's the plastic usage. And so I'm going to swap out the camera again and talk about what I did with my life for the past 11 days. Yep, indeed. So that's the plastic usage. It doesn't look to be any better. It seems it might be slightly worse, which is not ideal. However, that's 5 days in a row. Just Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Tuesday? No, did I do any on Tuesday? I just made the video. I was just did the video. Yeah, on Tuesday I did get those. Okay, so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday didn't buy any plastic wrap food items. Right? I mean, like on the Thursday the 11th, I got like some treats, whatnot for like like the pill packets. I got some of those for his pills. But overall, yeah, not great for those 10 days. But what did I do with my life? Okay, it's now 4:32. Let's see how long it takes me to describe all this. Also, copy paste this and just put it in the video description, which is what I should do more often. Okay. Thursday, June 11th. Okay, I had the main job plastic. 10:51 a.m. to 11:08 a.m. commute to work. So I took Luckyout before then, and then the shift itself was 11:20 to 5:07. So when I say a commute to work, okay, that is I did not take the scooter that day. And then bought chips and the one sandwich plastic. Okay. And 5:19 to 5:49, I was waiting for my ride home. I was trying to save money, get the cheaper ride. Yeah, so I waited for 30 minutes. I don't know if I had like a book or anything. I don't want to bring a book on those times. That way I don't have to be on the smartphone to pass the time, or maybe just, you know, you know what I'm talking about. So 6:01 p.m. I got home. Took Luckyout again. During that whole night, I had no internet on the laptop, which is not ideal because from 6:36 p.m. to 8:07 p.m. I was on the smartphone. It says in the phone records that the phone was on, and it looked like I was on the web browser there. I should be, if I'm going to be on the web browser, I should be on the laptop, so I kind of have more awareness of what I'm doing, and there's better timestamps for that, for the web pages. I was probably on X.com. Maybe I was arguing about hearing other people argue about the upcoming Christopher Nolan Odyssey movie, which it's one that I'm deciding not to see. The whole the race wrapping thing is getting to be too much for me. Maybe if it was once in a while, or if it's like an artistic thing, like Hamilton or the Hadestown thing. I want to see the Hadestown play someday. Actually, they have a filmed version of it in movie theaters coming June 24th, and maybe out of spite, even though that is an adaptation of Greek mythology with like Eurydice and Persephone, and it has but it's set in like the American South or something, and it's like an adaptation that has like black actors in it. I'm gonna say that out of spite, to spite the Odyssey. Yes, you can race swap Greek mythology, but if you acknowledge that it's like an adaptation in a setting instead of like having it be set in Greece, maybe I'll do that. I don't know. But I found out about that sometime earlier this week. It may have been a few days after this. So from 8:29 to 10:14 p.m. Yeah, that was my trip from Aldi to Freddy's to Kroger. 8:29 p.m. to 10:14 p.m. And apparently 11 p.m. I was apparently on the YouTube studio uploading the previous video, the June 1st to 10th video. Okay, so that's June 11th. June 12th, again, Zero Plastic. This was my day that I probably should say 11:14. 11:14 to 4:35 p.m. did my work commute and shift. So the shift was 11:30 to 3:34 p.m. Took a Luckyout before that. For some reason I was up until 7 a.m. about something. I wasn't sleeping well. But I barely got like 2.5 for like 3 hours of sleep or something. Took a Luckyout. I was probably up by like 9:30 a.m. Took a Luckyout, did my shift. 11:14 to 3:34 was my to 11:14 to 4:35 was when I was away from the house. And then so I got back, took a Luckyout. Apparently I avoided being on the smartphone and just enjoyed the outside. Oh, meaning when I was with Lucky, I didn't pull out the phone and like kind of like try to pass the time while he was out and about by like putting on some like music or something. Which is also important, because I want to see what he's sniffing around at. Also, I don't like the smartphone. I don't just being out all the time. If you're out and about, it's convenient if you want to have to look something up when you're out and about, and you want to show something to someone. It's like, hey, look at this YouTube video or something, and when you're out and about. But you shouldn't default to the smartphone. If you're close to home, if you can be at home, you look up stuff online at home so you can appreciate it more. So I was back indoors by 5:15. So this must have been like about 40 minutes, yeah, because I took them out immediately. 4:35 to 5:15, yeah, okay. 5:15 to 6:42 p.m. It looks like I was looking up this is 5:15 to 6:42, so almost 90 minutes, 87 minutes. Reviews of that movie Disclosure Day, which I probably have no intention of watching anytime soon. Social Reckoning, Twitter arguing. Oh yeah, on the Thursday I learned about the Social Network, the Social Reckoning, the semi sequel to the Social Network. The trailer finally came out, and I was probably arguing about how it's probably not going to be good and be stupid and kind of be dishonest, and like how Aaron Sorkin, the script that he's come up with is kind of like this arrogant kind of boomer script. kind of out of touch and trying to say that like Mark Zuckerberg is like some sort of right-wing figure and he's like this anti-censorship person. And I don't know, the premise does not sound good at all. I think if I must have watched a Matt Walsh video, but it wasn't about the social reckoning. Let's see, Matt Walsh. Okay, 8:05 p.m. fell asleep. So I fell asleep early because I didn't like sleep the previous night. Saturday, June, and I got my $50 for watching Lucky that as well. So I can't reckon. I don't remember. Yeah. So is either she either the his owner either came over or she dropped off the money or something. No. Yeah, I reckon I saw her briefly and she dropped off the money. Yeah, she may have seen Lucky briefly. Maybe she just came just to drop off the money. Saturday, June 13th. Okay. That is 6:24. This was that morning plastic time. So it's 6:24 a.m. to 36 p.m. So it's 12 minutes. Luckyout, pee and poop. From 6:37 to 7:34, I believe I may have been on the smartphone or on the internet at least. Watching YouTube Nintendo videos, probably commentary videos or people talk about Nintendo. On the smartphone, yeah, it must have been on the smartphone. Some leftover from last night. Oh, I see. I had some tabs open on the smartphone, and I was watching the Nintendo videos so I could clear them out and carefully Xing out without looking at the thumbnails, without scrolling to see additional thumbnails for other videos on the smartphone, because you just got to be careful. Just don't resist the urge to scroll down. 8:20 to 45 is when I did my Walmart trip and back. I got pretzels. I got some tuna, like a bean salad, which was not in plastic wrap. That was one of the things. It's this brand. It's cardboardy packaging. Called Premium Tuna. No, it's called Genova Premium Tuna. Genova, you see that? It was on discount. That's it. And I know it's just tasty Mediterranean like tuna dish, but it wasn't plastic. It was all aluminum, right? It was aluminum thing that take that. That was one of the things I had in addition to those pretzels. So 9:03 a.m. to 6:07 p.m. I did my work shift using the scooter. I got home. I took the Luckyout. So yeah, I took a Luckyout just before that. So that 9:45 to 9:03 is when I took Luckyout, and then I was away from my shift. Got back. When I got home, like, well, it's probably may have been like 6:45 or something that I got home or something. Because it was maybe I clocked at like 5:30 that day, and then I got home at like 6:07 p.m. That may have been it. Okay, because I took a look at 7:36 p.m. to 8 p.m. I browsed Michael Jackson box office and sequel discussion. Yes, I would like it to make $1 billion. So it's getting close. It might get pretty close. Japan might help push it up to $1 billion. 8 p.m. to 9:31. More YouTube, Toy Story, and box office browsing. Okay, so as you can see, I want to like not care about this stuff so much. Sunday, June 14th, did my second job, and after I got the plastic there, got some the items I was talking about there. June 14th. 8:19 to 58. This is probably a.m. Luckyout. 9:15 a.m. to 10:47 a.m. What do people think of the Odyssey? Also, I stopped to use the bathroom during that time. 10:49 to 11:57. Researching, de-googling because of them holding my offline photos hostage. Oh yeah, the stupid thing with Google phones is that it doesn't matter if you have 64 gigabytes of storage on your phone. If you start to like use more than like 15 gigabytes, what they'll do is they will automatically create copies of that on like on your cloud storage. But if your cloud storage is getting full, they'll be like, oh, you have to either buy more cloud storage or you have to purchase more cloud storage, or you have to start to like you have to buy more cloud storage, or you have to delete some of your stuff. However, if you delete it off the cloud, it will detect and sync up and delete the same file off of your smartphone, and you could, I guess, turn the Wi-Fi off, but the second you turn it back on, it's going to sync up. They're holding it freaking hostage. So and there might be a workaround to that, which is bullshit. Because yeah, I have 64 gigabytes. It's something that they do. I would make another app, but sometimes I delete stuff off and just deal with it. Or you make a copy of that, put it on your computer, put it on a second phone, which is dumb. To have more the storage you paid for, you have to basically have 2 phones lying around. Now it doesn't do that with the apps, but for photo and video, it's basically locking you at 15 gigabytes is stupid. I don't know if there's a way to try to outsmart it or something. But I always make an extra copy set to someone else, because if you delete it on the cloud, they might eventually sync it up, find that photo, and delete it off your file, off your phone on the offline storage. So I was trying to research. I couldn't I know I wasn't figuring it out really. 12:58 to 1:31 p.m. Definitely cleaning up around the house. 1:31 to 51, checking movie showtimes, and like 3 minutes of 2 phone calls. So I got a couple of phone calls. What was I checking movie showtimes about? I don't know. Maybe wanted to see the Michael Jackson movie one more time to help it get to $1 billion. It might not need my help. I did see it twice already. So, I was looking at the box office numbers at theater counts, including Project Hail Mary and Super Mario Galaxy. I was curious to see if some of those were like still in movie theaters. Where I live, there's at that time, that last week, there's still like a couple of showtimes of those, even though they've been out for like over 2 months by then. But they were in like the theaters that were like with the whole bunch of screens in them, like 18 screens and whatnot. From 2:17 to 29 p.m. This is when I'm off work. I didn't have to come to work till 5 p.m. 2:17 to 29, 12 minutes. Browse Paramount regarding golf. The Paramount Plus. My mom asked if they had golf on there, and I was trying to look that up. She called me on the phone from where she lives. She lives in another city, and she's trying to figure out if the Paramount Plus account had golf on it. I researched VPNs for some reason. I ate those pretzels, 229s to 320, so like 50 minutes, almost an hour. Cleaned more, picked off pop can tabs. Like they're different, like the low sugar like alternative sodas, the probiotic, prebiotic sodas and whatnot, and the liquid death waters and whatnot. I picked those off and kind of put them in my Pop Tab collection and put the other stuff in the aluminum recycling. I drank some kefir, 328 to 45 or so. I cleaned a shirt that was real dirty from work, and I strained more kefir. 3:45 to 4:49, I ate an apple. Then I went to work till 5 p.m. About 11 p.m. Got a yogurt that yogurt that I mentioned, that I showed you, at 8:23 p.m. Bought cinnamon cookie brittle after clocking out. Got home shortly after 11:14 p.m. So then this is the 15th. Second job, more cleaning. 10:23 thinking about. So 10 to 23 a.m. to 4:08 p.m. I do this thing where, like, even though I not a gamer, I get a bunch of anxiety about, hey, if I potentially become a gamer, what kind of game system do I want to use? Or if I want to buy something more than just the old Nintendo Switch and that old Xbox One there, if I want to play with like a modern system, what should I get? Like a PS5, Xbox? But no, I don't like that brand loyalty stuff. But instead, I stress over, like, hey, if you get one of those PC handheld things, do you want to get the $600 one or the $1,000 one? How well do they run the modern games? But I don't know. This is one of those things I have to not care about. These hypotheticals. I have to be a more stoical person. I did some more phone calls. 5:54 to this was like when it was going to be like 6 to 11. 5:54 to 11:10 p.m. shift. I got the cake and the cheese during that time. Got home like 11:30 p.m. Took Luckyout, as I always do when getting home from second job. So then it turned midnight soon after that. Tuesday, June 16th. This was just after I got home from work. So from the midnight that June 16th started to 12:59 a.m. So the first hour of the day in the calendar included 59 minutes of pop culture, YouTube, Xbox, the movies, the Supergirl movie is upcoming. I think they were just probably talking about how they expect it to flop. People talking about Obsession, talking about the Obsession movie. They're thinking about. They're talking about how the future of what the main actress Nikki is. Nikki, the Nikki actress, Indian Fred. What kind of stuff is she going to be in the future? I slept from 1:15 a.m. to 7:20 a.m. So that was my sleep. About 6 hours and 5 minutes of sleep. I took Luckyout, most likely, and then 9:50 to 5:40 did my work shift and commute. This was on Tuesday, so that's a 10:10 to 5:04 p.m. shift. I ate the 2 honey buns at work, then $8.48 worth of sandwiches. It was like the 2 sandwiches. Oh, and I had to get my scooter a license updated at the BMV. Well, the registration on the thingy, the license plate. Went to BMV. I think, did I have to go straight there? No, if I was at the 5:04 shift, 5:40. I may have been home for a few minutes, and then I had to just go straight to the BMV. Yeah, if I was home by like 5:40, I took Luckyout shortly. Then I hopped on my scooter, we went to the BMV. Yeah, then I hopped on the scooter. Like probably like 5:40. No, yeah, I haven't been down the scooter at 5:40 because it closed at 6:30. So I was done at the BMV at 6:15 p.m. Then I stopped there and I saw, oh, GameStop. For some reason I go into GameStop because I feel sorry for it because like most people buy their games digitally now. So I went in there and I was like, do I want to actually buy something? I don't want to be those people who just, I'm just looking around, not gonna contribute at all. I ended up buying even though I don't like long video games, I bought the Xbox 360 version of Skyrim. I was trying to figure out, oh, do they have? It was only $5. It was the Game of the Year, a Legendary Edition. And I was trying to look up on the smartphone, like, is this backward compatible? I was like, well, I'm not saying this. I'm saying that it isn't. So I buy it. It turns out it's not backward compatible. I ended up returning it a couple days later, because I got the receipt for that. Yeah, I paid the $1 for the protection plan when I was able to return it, because it turns out it's not backward compatible with Xbox One. I got home, but on that day, Tuesday, I got home about 7 p.m. Luckyout, took a Luckyout. I fell asleep like 8:45 p.m. Yeah, okay, I guess so. Yeah. Then I slept a lot. I didn't wake up until Wednesday the 17th on the next day at 6:35 a.m. 6:35 to 10 a.m. I did a lot of phone calls. I took a Luckyout. 7:16 to 54 a.m. I did check the box office and stuff. 9:25 to 10:05 I checked YouTube drama apparently. Also I did upload. Well, I didn't upload. I don't know why it says I didn't upload. Shrek 5 trailer. Well, I didn't upload any recent videos. I don't think. Then I did the Shrek 5. Watched the Shrek 5 trailer. I ate 2 eggs. Oh, maybe I uploaded on my Rumble channel. Yeah, the same video. Oh, that's probably what it was. I kept it kind of delaying uploading the exact same previous video on the Rumble channel instead of just YouTube. I looked up a Shrek 5 trailer. I ate 2 eggs, packed apples and cheese for work. This helped me, so I got ZEROPLASTIC. 10:20 a.m. to 4:04 p.m. shift and commute. So I did not take my scooter because I had to call up. I need oil change. And was kind of having trouble doing the oil change. 10:25 to 3:25 shift. Got home early, was able to do the scooter shop phone call because this one closes at 5 all the time. So I had it scheduled for Friday, around 6:40 p.m. I paid my internet bill. This is still June 17th. 7:46 to 8:19 p.m. I got myself signed into Amazon account so I could unsubscribe to Audible. This took like over 30 minutes because the back and forth with the emails and stuff, and it wasn't loading up. It was like glitching out and like stuff. And you're entering the thing, and then the page refreshes when you're trying to enter in the code. So it was 8:20 p.m. to 8:40 p.m. that I discovered the Xbox 360 version of Skyrim is not backwards compatible with Xbox One. You have to get the Xbox One version of it. And I ended up exchanging, of course, the next day on Thursday. Let's see. I got Rare Replay and Gears of War Ultimate Edition. Oh. So yeah, this video is going over 20 minutes now. Rare Replay and Gears of War Ultimate Edition for only $10 on there. 8:41 to 10:13 p.m. I'll listen to Box Office Talk, a YouTube video. I remember multitasking as I was either deleting old emails or was cleaning up around the house. Stayed up to well, stayed up past midnight on that day. On Thursday, 18th June, zero plastic for food. That was the zero plastic day. Stayed up until 3:46 a.m. wondering what a remake of Legend of Zelda: The Minish Cap would be like. This was one of the rare times where I asked Grok to do a few. No, it wasn't Grok. Grok wouldn't do it. So Google Gemini made me a few AI generated images of what a remake of Legend of Zelda: The Minish Cap would look like. But kind of like still the top down 2D version of like if it was on Nintendo Switch. I should try to avoid this stuff. I very rarely do that. Because it uses up all that water or whatever. 8:10 to 10:40 a.m. So I slept from like 3:46 a.m. to 8:10 a.m. So 8:10 to 10:40 a.m. involves phone calls with family and acquaintances. Also took Luckyout. Sometimes I talk with like my mom about stuff. Rode scooter to work. So yeah, I rode the scooter to work. It was going to be due for oil change the next day. 11:20 to 5 something p.m. shift. Got phone back. I got my phone back from my workplace at 5:30 because we put it in a locker. And I stopped for gas for the scooter. I bought and ate 2 donuts there. They're flavors I'd never seen before. I kind of knew coming in. I was like, oh, I probably shouldn't go in there because I know I'm going to see something new. I didn't have to go inside the store when I stopped for gas. Home at 6:05, took a Luckyout. 6:27 to 7:13 is the time from when I left the house to when I got back So when I was at GameStop, it was probably like 6:45 to like 55 or something when I was at the GameStop. I went to GameStop and exchanged Skyrim for Gears of War Ultimate Edition. This was only $10. And so I was like, hey, if I'm going to exchange this, they have to give me my $5 back. I'm going to buy something that's cost a little more than $5. These are full of games that I might actually play this one day. I think I have like 11 games. I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, this counts as like 6. This technically is like 31 games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's count it as a 6 or so. 7, 8, 9, 10. Probably 11, 12, 13 games when you count the digital games I have. So it's no more, barely over a dozen, less than 2 dozen games in my backlog for just these old systems. So I think I'm gonna not buy any more video games anymore. And I play stuff that's usually like a generation old. So that was what I did. Oh, and I also got these I might consider unboxing. I'm fascinated that this is a My Little Pony Friendship is Magic product that was manufactured, production date, 2028 of January 2026. And it's different from the ones they used to do. It's a company called Kaio or something, which is different from like the main ones, the ones that the company they used to have. But I might consider unboxing that or something. 7:30 to 7:53, I was on the smartphone browser for 23 minutes about something, maybe pop culture talk or something. It was then 8:01 to 8:15, and then 8:17 to 8:38, and then 8:39 to 9:21. Okay, this is when I was talking to Grok. So this is about Metal Gear Solid 4 coming to modern platforms, because that's something that I noticed when I was at GameStop. IMAX Movie, Showtimes, lots of those pages. Friday the 19th, Zero Plastic took scooter to shop about 10:40 a.m. Okay, because I clocked into work at 11:56, so I had to call up a ride because I know I only got my scooter. It's 3.5 miles away. It's like 3 miles away. It's 2.8 miles away apparently. 10:45, I called my ride. Got home like 10:58. Took the Luckyout. The guy ride to work. Clocked in 11:56. Clocked out 2:37. This is a much shorter shift. You normally want to clock out at like 3 p.m. 3 to 3:20. So I had to leave some other people behind, and then I probably lost like half an hour of work, on my paycheck. Picked up my scooter 3:23 p.m. because it closed at 5. And I just want, I want them to be around, got home shortly after 4 p.m. So I got home shortly after 4 p.m. because on the way back, I got 2 roller grill taquito type things at the, one of the convenience stores 1 block away from my home. And I was tempted to get a new flavor of chip bag, but I wanted this to be a zero plastic day. So I decided against it as a new flavor. I should not entertain that stuff. I'm not going to even say what the new flavor is unless I eventually talk about the new flavor, but that I haven't tried yet because I don't want to tempt people, with all this plastic usage. Yeah, zero plastic packaging purchased that day. So I mean, yesterday I got some of these have plastic in them when I do the unboxing. But other than that, no food packaging on the Thursday, and no plastic usage on Friday. Saturday, finally, we're on Saturday. Oh, no. I ripped out weeds when I got home from work. I did some napping, took a Luckyout. I want to soon, before this month is over. See how all those clovers and weeds? See how that has weeds? This area, between 9:10 and 9:36, I plucked out a bunch of weeds on June 19th. I'm going to do a comparison video. And most of them are still not there. A few have sprung up, and pluck out a few in the past like 3 days. But most of it's gone. I want to plant stuff. Green bean seeds. Should have planted them like 2 months ago. But I'll get like a yield of like a month or two instead of like 3 or 4 months worth of yield for green beans. I mean, you know, I've done it every year. I want to do it this year as well. Saturday. That was Friday, June 19th. Okay. And okay, and oh, how about I'll just show that video. I'll show the slideshow, the comparison of what it looked like. Okay, yeah, so that's the slideshow of what it looked like. Stayed up until like 4 a.m. the next day writing fan fiction ideas. So I have some ideas for like some fan fiction and whatnot. Saturday, June 20th, zero plastic, less than 3 hours of sleep, like 4 or 5 a.m. to 7:50 a.m. is when I was doing my sleep. Took a Luckyout at least 60 minutes, 8:25 to 40 a.m. And you know what? I still felt confident enough to where I had enough energy to take the scooter. Remember the scooter had its oil changed. After 9 a.m. I've changed my own oil before. I couldn't do it this time for this new model. Started up scooter after 9 a.m. And then clocked in 9:37 to 9:39 or so. 6:04 p.m. clocked out, and 6:53 is when I got home. Took a while to get home apparently, even with the scooter. 6:53 to 7:25 was Lucky was out. This is June 20th. 7:25 to 8:25. Okay, I did a lot of cleaning up today. Got kitchen table perfectly cleared off and cleaned and vacuumed that whole area. Also cleaned and vacuumed living room area. And so this was just so much junk was around it. I got to do like a carpet cleaning or something with a rug doctor. This was much worse. This table had more junk on it. This coffee table thingy had more junk on it. So I feel good about that. So even though it's June 22nd, hey, I still haven't let it go trashed again just after only 2 days. So and then Lucky's owner came up with the $50 and lots of food items. She decided to give me away a bunch of food. So I think she likes making me food. Also, I think she may have got this stuff from like a food bank or something, where it's like maybe gonna expire anyway. But there's a lot of various items. These are plastic items right here that I did not purchase, and if she didn't give them away to me, she probably would have either used them herself or given them away to someone else, and that person probably would not have eco-bricked these. So this does not come because I did not result in this getting purchased. It already got purchased. But however, I should eco-brick these on principle. However, I ate like all of these things in one night. A lot of these are sugary. And on principle, if someone's going to give me free food and I'll just accept it, if they're not, and if they're just going to give it to someone else anyway, I should pace myself just on a matter of principle. Pace myself on if it's a new thing, or I haven't tried this before. Maybe I'll nibble on that. But I should pace myself on principle. Sunday. So When did I go to bed on Sunday? Let's see. When did I go to bed on Saturday? I mean, it doesn't say. I may have done. It looks like I was in bed by 9:52 p.m. And I woke up at 7:11 a.m. Oh, it's actually a healthy bedtime. Okay. All right then. So Sunday morning. Okay. Sunday morning. I looked up the question on Reddit. This was like 7:52 a.m. I looked up the question on Reddit. Is Reddit social media? I am banned from it. I should probably either make a new account or just not be on there because I don't want to see someone say something stupid and be frustrated and not be able to respond. But I just thought about how Redditors are so dumb. They think that Reddit it doesn't count as social media, and so I typed that in just as a general search bar on Reddit on my banned account. Which of course it's social media. And I had some stupid desire to see Redditors deny that social media and just to feel superior or something. I don't know. I have to not do like that. I need to be a healthier person. One of the people answered. One of the people kind of agreed with me. They answered on this is probably like a years old comment on this is probably a couple of years old. Is Captain Crunch cereal? Is Cap'n Crunch a cereal? Which of course it is. So basically they're saying of course Reddit is social media. And then this caused me to see a message about how rough the texture is. Captain Crunch is like really rough. It's on your gums. Apparently, it rips up the roof of your mouth. But it is overly crunchy, which made me look up information about that. It made me look up various cereal mascots. So somehow until 9 a.m., until like 9:20 something a.m., I was reading Wikipedia articles about AI slop, probably because I looked up cereal mascots and looked up an image search of that. And one of the images was AI slop, whereas like non-existent cereal mascots are like a weird fusion of other cereal mascot things. It's very, very, very weird. I did a lot of phone calls, took Luckyout for well over an hour. This is there was one of the time periods where it was an over an hour straight. It was like 1:20 to like 2:36 or something. And it's another time until like 3 p.m. or something. I napped. I worried about the length of this journal that I'm doing right now. I was on Twitter and such. Went back to pluck out a few weeds that had grown in the area where I whipped them out on June 19th. Went through financial records, figuring out when I bought plastic wrapped food in my June 11th to 20th bag. So I had that stuff gathered. I didn't have it laying around, and it was already gathered. But I was trying to figure out when did I buy all this stuff? When did I eat all this stuff? I napped, took Luckyout some more, tried making this video. This was Sunday the 21st. So this is the final day. Sunday, the 21st, made this video at like 11:39 p.m. But decided to make it. Then I decided like I'm not going to be able to cover this all in proper detail. I stopped and decided I was going to end this 11-day journal on a positive note. I finally did those push-ups, and so 10 days in a row without any push-ups. So 11:56 to 11:58 p.m. I cranked out 28 push-ups. And that was like, it took me like maybe a minute or so to do those push-ups. Then to 20, 30 seconds of like breathing to recover. Then I cranked out 4 more push-ups. And this was with a 10-pound backpack. This was with this backpack. They were not bring Sally up push-ups. They're just regular push-ups. Didn't have time to bring Sally up push-ups. So at least I did something. Did I end up staying up till 4 a.m.? Yeah, the thing is, push-ups are pointless, not only if you not do that much of them, but if you don't get sleep after, and I ended up staying up till 4 a.m. Yeah, why was I up till 4 a.m.? Was I up till like 4 a.m.? I was trying to sleep. I was thinking about trying to make a video, and I ended up not making a video. Because I think when I'm sleepy, I don't think I'm as effective with them. Up to like 5 a.m. it looks. Box office stuff? Oh, I know what it was. Yes, but that's today. That's okay. Yeah, I ended up going to bed. Okay, so that's June 22nd. I haven't covered. I'll make a video about today. Later on. For my next video. All right then. Bye for now. Yeah, at least I did push-ups. Bye for now.